Your Local 2 Weather Authority forecast.
Very excited for that story, and we're going to start things off right here in the Weather Center, right throughout the Central Basin, seeing some pretty heavy thunderstorm activity right now. Flood advisory still in effect in the Midland-Odessa area, but most of the heavy activity has, for the most part, moved off. We are seeing still a lot of rainfall and a lot of wind speeds throughout Midland counties, and also seeing these storms in Upton County that could make its way into the Midland counties in within the next hour or so, and also the heavier areas we're seeing that rainfall up to the north. You can see Martin, Howard, and Dawson counties really seeing a lot of rainfall, and they saw a lot of this last night, so they're going to add to their rain totals, which we are just about to show you. Our estimated rain from yesterday, where Andrews County saw some pretty heavy activity, that's where they saw the hailstorms happen right there. Just shy of 3 inches of rain for Andrews County, where Dawson County just shy of 3.5 inches of rain. Could be seeing 4 inches of rain exceed that total within the next hour or so. We'll make sure to follow that and get you updated as soon as we can. But hour by hour, we're going to start to see this rain move off to the east, and then we're going to start to see some clearing later on this afternoon. So the morning hours is when we're going to see the heaviest amount of rain. We told you that was going to be the case yesterday. It still is the case for today, but then should see some clearing later on today and just see a lot of cloud activity Thursday afternoon. But we still have chances of rain continuing from Friday into Saturday, so this is not the end of it. This cold front definitely left its mark, and it's still moving through the area right now, giving us the thunderstorm chances, also giving us some cooler temperatures and some pretty heavy wind activity. 36-mile-an-hour wind speeds out to the west, 20 miles an hour right here in Odessa in the Tall City, 17 in Big Spring, 16 in Wink, 18 up in Hobbs, where they're also seeing some of the heavier thunderstorms taking place right there, and 25-mile-an-hour wind gust right now throughout Odessa and Midland. This is our expected peak gust for the day. Possibly could exceed it. 28 in Wink and other surrounding areas definitely could exceed that, as well as high as 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts throughout the entire northern basin expected as a possibility for today. But the good news that we have from this, we have some cooler temperatures. See the 70s throughout the north, Lubbock and Amarillo, 82 right here. We are still seeing those 90s and high 80s throughout East Texas, but that's mainly because they have not been hit by the cold front yet, so could cool down as soon as that takes place. But the almanac for today, 82, or from yesterday, 82 degrees, well above average, still just shy of our record, but we should creep down to that low 70 mark later on today thanks to this heavy thunderstorm activity. 62 the low, that is also well above our averages, and temperatures right now seeing 50, so actually a cooler morning. Obviously it feels actually colder than this. You go outside, the heavy winds, the cold rain, that's definitely making a factor in why it feels colder than it actually is. But 58 the official temperature right now, and still seeing a lot of 60s throughout the basin and Presidio, where they haven't seen any rain activity. That's why they're still seeing those 70s. Now our northern basin forecast for today, down into the low 60s throughout most of the northern basin. You can see Seminole a high of 62 today, La Mesa a high of 65, Andrews a high of 70, low 70s throughout the central basin today. Then Trans-Pecos also seeing low 70s. A couple areas will stay in the 60s in the northern portion, such as Pecos, and we're also going to see the same case throughout the mountains, but we'll be a little warmer down in Presidio, where they're not expected to really see any rainfall take place there. And our 7-day forecast, if it ever shows up, looks like we're having some technical difficulties with that, but keep in mind these temperatures are definitely going to be cooler, so we got some good news out of this, but we need to get through the rain first.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like a lot of rain until it gets dangerous, and that's exactly what we're kind of looking at this morning. Fortunately, we haven't had any reports of any road closures or any high water rescues this morning, and we want to keep it that way. So if you usually leave at 6 a.m., leave now. Give yourself a few extra minutes this morning just so that you can stay away from cars, stay away from those places that, you know, it might be the fastest way to get to your destination, but if you know it floods, avoid it this morning.
And you definitely do not need to be speeding with high water.
No. Take it nice and slow today.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, we're going to talk about something a little faster. Sports, of course. Our latest athlete of the week had not played quarterback since middle school, but he's